So when I was first diagnosed, mom was calm and cool about it all, really, and I knew this couldn't be the truth. And you know what? I'm going to put this out there right away. I'm a mom. I get it. My friend Shaz once said to me, Cher, we don't even want our kids to have dandruff, okay? So, like, I get it. I'm a mom. But for mom to be so calm and collected about it, and yet she tells me she doesn't want to know what I ate at the sushi bar because it was raw fish, I thought she's oddly okay with me having a disease of the central nervous system. So I thought, let's see. Here is this woman that can worry about a family member like nobody's business. My mom can worry and fixate and obsess about aspects of our life with such passion. It's a shame she couldn't do it for a living. Seriously, she could teach classes. You think your mom could do it, but no, nay, okay. I discovered in time that mom was dealing with this in her own way. And I discovered it by the way she interpreted our phone calls to other people. So basically, she would talk to other people about my condition. They'd call me, and it was clear that when mom saw me, she didn't see me. She saw the late Amy Winehouse. Okay, that's what she was like. My sister told me she saw a sighted Helen Keller. I mean, the more facts I had to retell my family, the more it became clear to me that my mom, was definitely processing this at her own level, and certainly she should be. But I learned the hard way exactly how. For example, my bladder. Okay, please tell me what isn't private about my bladder. How my bladder is anyone else's business. I'm begging you. So I'm on the phone with her. She's like, Cher, I was talking to my friend the other day about your bladder. And she recommended this kind of juice. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? What? You spoke to her about my bladder? And she's like, well, she has bladder issues too. And I'm like, of course she does. She's like 68 years old, Mom. What if my bladder's not private? She says, well, I'm sorry, Cher, but this is all really hard on me and I have to talk about it. I said, Mom, you could totally talk about it. I totally get that you got to talk about it. You have a daughter with MS, that's fine, but do we have to be so specific about the symptoms? And you know, my mom now chooses to believe I don't have sushi, whatever, so now I choose to believe that Mom, I'm going to go through life believing my mom's not telling every single one of my private symptoms to at least 7 of her best friends from high school. That's how we're going to go. Well, she took a big step in processing her information, and she found herself a support group and asked me how I felt about it. We had a nice conversation, because here's the thing, the support group, I always picture a support group, that's for parents of like drug addicts, or that's for parents of people whose kids turned out to prefer a gender they didn't really anticipate when they conceived the kid, or something like that. And I was like, hold on a second, what would you need a support group for? Because like, I'm fine, I'm totally functional. And then I thought, no, this is good. Mom will go. She'll see people at the support group. She'll see them in wheelchairs. She'll hear about their struggles. She'll see that I'm totally fortunate, I'm totally doing well. And she'll go one time, and that'll be it. No. My mother's now like homecoming queen of this group. She's like arranging pizza night and stuff. And she's like, for a while, she's trying to get me to come with her to this group, and I didn't want to go. She'd entice me with pizza night, right? She's like, we're having pizza. And I'm like, first of all, I'm lactose intolerant, and why aren't you in a support group for that? And Mom learned a lot. They have guest speakers, so Mom knew about vitamin D and all this stuff, but there was this one mother-daughter dyad that kept showing up to the group, and I think that was driving her crazy, because she would always be like, well, they're coming. Well, one day Mom calls, and she said, well, it turns out that the mother actually never really believed the daughter's MS could be so limiting, and that is why she was coming to the meetings. And I'm telling you this, Sharon, because you are so lucky to have a mother who believes you have MS. asked me if I want to walk with her on the MS walk. And I was a bit surprised because, 3.5 miles is a little longer than I can walk comfortably. And I'm like, you do know why they have the MS walk, right? You get that. It's not personal that I'm saying no here. But the very best, was Rob was about to go away for a week to New York for a training. And I was at a point with my fatigue that was actually really bad. And was, Rowan was tucking me in at night. I was talking to Rowan on the rides home from school so I could stay awake. It was not a good time, and I was really nervous about Rob having to go for work. So I asked Mom, Mom, can you come out like one night next week and just like hang with us? And okay, but I can't come Wednesday night. I have a support group. I said, wait a minute. Let's review. You can't come out and support me on Wednesday night because you have support group. Well, I don't want to miss it, Cher. When I told Anne Marie about this exchange, she's like, oh my God, this is so going in your show. And now, for my friends who do know this story, whenever they can't get together with me, they tell me they have support group. So this is why the working title for the show for so long was It's My Mother's MS. I just have it. I love her for many, many reasons, but first and foremost because she's so willing to have this disease right along with me. By the way, I cleared this material with her a few weeks back, and she decided to correct me and said, oh no, I didn't tell a friend about your bladder. I told cousin Shelley. So here's the thing, I have no idea who Cousin Shelley is.